previous video, you saw that we were discussing the lineage of Bhrigu, also known as the Bhargava dynasty. Maharishi Bhrigu and his wife Paloma had a son who came to be known as Chiavana from childhood. Later, Chiavana and his wife Sukanya had a brilliant son named Pramati. In time, Pramati and the Apsara Gritachi had a son named Ruru. In this video, we will explore some fascinating events from Ruru's life. During the same period, there lived a great sage named Stulakesha, a renowned ascetic who was always devoted to the welfare of society. It was during his time that Vishvavasu, the king of the Gandharvas, fathered a child through the celestial Apsara Manaka. Manaka gave birth near Maharishi Stulakesha's hermitage, but, in a heartless act, abandoned the newborn baby girl there and left. When Maharishi Stulakesha found the infant, she shone with a divine radiance like a celestial child. Moved by compassion, he took her into his hermitage and lovingly raised her. Maharishi Stulakesha performed all of the girl's sacred rites according to tradition. She grew into an exceptionally beautiful and virtuous young woman, surpassing all other women in beauty, wisdom, and noble qualities. The sage named her Pramadvara. One day, Pramati's son, Ruru, happened to visit Maharishi Stulakesha's hermitage. There he saw Pramadvara, and the moment he laid eyes on her, he fell deeply in love. He shared his feelings with his friends, who conveyed the message to his father, Pramati, that Ruru wished to marry Maharishi Stulakesha's daughter. Pramati had no objection. He visited Maharishi Stulakesha and formally asked for Pramadvara's hand in marriage for his son. The sage gladly accepted, and an auspicious date for Ruru and Pramadvara's wedding was fixed. As the wedding day drew near, Pramadvara went into the forest with her friends. By accident, she stepped on a snake, which immediately bit her. The venom took effect instantly. Pramadvara collapsed in the forest, and the color of her body changed completely. The young woman who had looked so radiant only moments earlier was now lifeless. She died on the spot. Soon, Maharishi Stulakesha and many other sages gathered there. When Ruru heard the news, he rushed to the scene with his father, Pramati. Everyone present was in tears, but Ruru was utterly devastated. Unable to bear the grief, he wandered deep into the forest and began weeping uncontrollably. In his sorrow, Ruru prayed, "If I have ever given charity, performed austerities, or faithfully served my teachers, then by the merit of those deeds may my beloved Pramadvara return to life. If from birth until today I have practiced self-control over my mind and senses and upheld celibacy with sincerity, then may my beloved Pramadvara live again. If my devotion to Lord Sri Krishna, the destroyer of evil, the master of the senses, and the all-pervading Supreme Being, is unwavering, then may my beloved Pramadvara rise to life this very moment." As Ruru lamented in this way, a divine messenger appeared before him and said, "All your prayers are in vain. One whose lifespan has ended cannot be brought back to life. Pramadvara's allotted years have come to an end. Do not drown yourself in grief." But seeing that Ruru refused to be consoled, the divine messenger thought for a while and then said, "There is one way by which you may have Pramadvara back." Hearing this, Ruru eagerly replied, "I am ready to do anything to bring my beloved back. Please tell me what I must do." The messenger answered, "If you are willing to give half of your own lifespan to Pramadvara, she can live again." Without a moment's hesitation, Ruru declared, "At this very moment, I willingly give half of my lifespan to my beloved Pramadvara." The divine messenger immediately went to Dharmaraja, Yama, and informed him that Pramadvara had died, but Ruru was ready to sacrifice half of his own lifespan for her. With Dharmaraja's approval, half of Ruru's lifespan was transferred to Pramadvara, and she came back to life. Everyone rejoiced. Maharishi Stulakesha, Ruru, Pramati, and all the assembled sages. They learned the reason behind Pramadvara's miraculous revival. Soon afterward, Ruru and Pramadvara were married and began living happily together. However, after the marriage, Ruru swore to destroy all snakes. Whenever he saw one, he would immediately try to kill it. One day, while wandering through a vast forest, Ruru encountered an old snake belonging to the Dundubha species, a harmless two-headed snake. Furious at the sight, he picked up a stick to kill it. To his surprise, the snake spoke in a human voice. "O noble one, I have done you no harm. Why are you determined to kill me?" Ruru replied, "A snake once bit my beloved wife. At that very moment, I vowed that wherever I saw a snake, I would kill it. That is why I intend to kill you." The Dunduba snake calmly responded, "Those are different kinds of snakes, the ones that bite humans. You should not kill harmless Dundubha snakes merely because they resemble them. You are a righteous man. Do not commit violence against innocent creatures." The two continued talking for some time. Impressed by the snake's wisdom, Ruru calmed down and asked, "You speak like a great sage. How did you come to be born in the form of a serpent?" The snake replied, "In my previous birth, I was the sage Sahasrapada. Because of a Brahmin's curse, I was born as a snake. One day, while a fellow sage was deeply absorbed in meditation, I playfully made a snake out of blades of grass and frightened him. Terrified, he fainted. When he regained consciousness, he angrily cursed me, saying, 'Just as you frightened me with a powerless fake snake, you too shall be born as a powerless snake.' Knowing the power of his austerities, I folded my hands and begged for forgiveness, saying it had only been a joke. Seeing my fear, my Brahmin friend softened and said, 'My curse cannot be withdrawn. However, listen carefully. In the future, the holy son of Maharishi Pramati, named Ruru, will be born. By merely seeing him, you shall be freed from this curse. As I now realize, you are indeed Ruru, the son of Maharishi Pramati. Therefore, your presence has ended my curse.' Having said this, the Dunduba snake shed its serpent form and appeared once again as the sage Sahasrapada. The sage then advised Ruru, "O noble Brahmin, Ahimsa, non-violence, is the highest of all virtues. Therefore, a Brahmin should never inflict harm upon any living being, anywhere or at any time." Sage Sahasrapada further told Ruru, "In ancient times, during King Janamajaya's great snake sacrifice, Sarpasatra, countless serpents were being consumed in the sacred fire. At that time, the learned sage Astika, who was a master of the Vedas and Vedangas, saved the remaining snakes from destruction." Hearing this, Ruru was astonished and asked, "Why did King Janamejaya sacrifice the snakes in his yajna? What wrong had the snakes committed, and why did the great sage Astika save them?" But before answering any of Ruru's questions, Sage Sahasrapada disappeared. Ruru searched everywhere for him but could not find him. Exhausted from wandering through the forest, he eventually collapsed unconscious. After regaining consciousness some time later, he returned home and narrated the entire incident to his father. Ruru then asked his father, Pramati, about King Janamajaya's snake sacrifice and about Sage Astika. At that point, Pramati narrated the complete story to Ruru. Thus concludes this chapter of the history of the Bhrigu Bhargava lineage.